Fine. That was probably loud as fuck. Hopefully it was. Hopefully you're watching the video. Hold on, don't click off of it. I'm reading Reddit stories. Oh my god, wow. Wait, everyone look, everyone say, oh my gosh, wow, like this is super interesting. Like I'm super cool and like be like, okay, wow, this guy's super cool. He's so good at reading. And like I bet he reads all the time. Like he's like probably super smart and has like super. I'm editing this video and I don't know why the fuck I keep talking. I'm just gonna start the video. I'm kind of fucking stupid. I started this binge on Monday and I smoked literally all day and all night. I drained all my money, and it doesn't help that I can also get it for free. I can't seem to put it down, and I keep telling myself I can stop before it gets too bad. Yet I haven't stopped yet. Very scary. Now I don't see why this is a problem. What the fuck? What is Adderall? That's basically just fucking meth, right? And I feel like meth is kind of adjacent to crack. And I've seen like those crackheads with like superhuman fucking powers. Okay. Now, what's the problem with wanting to be fucking baller? Okay, I saw a crackhead. He on the roof of a building. He did a backflip. Listen, he didn't land that shit when he jumped off the edge. Okay, he landed on his back, but guess what? He walked away and hit a fucking Superman pose. Okay, so for all I know, listen, keep smoking crack. Where this person wrote this. People in the comments are saying, oh, you should quit then if you're thinking about it. You think Bill Gates ever fucking quit? I don't think so. Okay, let's go to the next one. Fuck that one. Look at that. I just ended the last one in like 2 fucking seconds. Just because I said so. Look. No, I'm not going to end it again. I'm going to do it again. Alright, let's go to the next one. It says, I've engaged in SPH a lot because of my 3 inches. We'll pause right there. I don't know what SPH is. And I'm going to assume 3 inches is not talking about of his fingers. Okay, I'm just keep going. I have always been conscious of having a small size down there. Okay, so definitely not fingers. Definitely not a finger. Okay. I've been conscious of having a small size down there, and I felt there were only 2 ways to go: either to hide it or embrace it and go full disclosure. I've taken the latter route lately and engaged in SPH online, actively seeking out humiliation by other people who I don't know. Okay, so I can take a few guesses what SPH is. Take a few guesses. I'm just gonna let me just get through this. This has really taken on a life of its own because now I can't stop. It's come to a point where being laughed at and ridiculed for it feels better every day. Okay, so listen, this dude likes being laughed at, degraded. Doesn't help that he has a small fucking penis. I mean, he was being kind of like demure about it. Holy buzzword. I need to give up. Dude, it doesn't help that, I don't even notice. This is just sad. This is actually just sad. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to even... I don't even know what to say this one. This one's just fucking weird. Listen. This dude likes getting fucking screamed at and called a little pussy. Take that one up to your therapist, dog. I don't know. I don't even want to say anything about this one. Okay, 19 female. My parents would disown me if they knew how I paid for college. I, 19 female, am in college. My parents think I'm surviving off a part-time job and scholarship. They're proud of me for being independent. The truth is, I pay a big part of my bills by going on dates with older men who pay me for my time. I don't sleep with them. I don't hook up. It's just companionship. Dinners, drinks, events, long conversations. I'm clear about my boundaries and I stick to them. Most of these guys are lonely, divorced, or traveling for work and just don't want to be alone for the night. The money helps more than any campus job ever could. I can pay rent, focus on school, and breathe a little. But my parents are very traditional. If they ever heard men pay me to go on dates, nothing else would matter. They wouldn't hear that I'm safe or nothing physical happens. They'd hear shame and failure. So, I live 2 lives. The daughter who calls home, talks about classes, and the girl who gets dressed up on random weeknights because rent is due. I don't feel dirty doing it, but I hate knowing I could never explain it to them. If they found out, they wouldn't see me. Just a version they imagine. That's kind of how I feel about this shit. Listen, if anyone found this shit in real life, I think I'd kill myself. Most embarrassing shit I've ever fucking done in my life, honestly. No, listen. Be a female prostitute or be a YouTube person that doesn't get any views. Be a prostitute, honestly. If I was a girl, I'd rather be a prostitute than post on fucking YouTube, I'll be honest. I do fucking OnlyFans on this shit. Honestly, that's actually not even that bad. I feel like Why the fuck would you ever have to tell your parents? I feel like that's like a one-time thing. I mean, unless it turns into something serious, you know, where you start getting like slutted the fuck out, and like you drop out of college and you're a prostitute your whole life. Like, yeah, like you'd have to tell your parents at some point. Go, what's your job? But and I feel like that's actually low-key fine. Like, if it's just for a little bit, and you say you're not doing anything crazy. I mean, I don't know why they'd like lie about that shit, but you know, more to them. I mean, you could be a fucking listen. There's pay pigs. She needs to tap into that. Listen, she's untapped into the meta for this shit because there's like pay pigs, and all they do is say like, "Oh, you've been a bad boy. I need money. Give me that money, you pig." And they stand on them and they give them money. She could be cutting her just time in half. I say more than in half. They're not going on dates. She takes them to the ATM and they give them fucking money. So maybe I should tell her to tap into that because that's honestly a better outcome. And listen, don't ask how I know about this shit. I mean, I may know for like, hey, it doesn't matter actually. Hey, listen, hey, it doesn't matter how I know this one actually. But I think I'm just yeah, it doesn't matter how I know this one actually. Yeah, hold on, this is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, this one. When I was 16, I robbed several bank ATMs, and I somehow was never caught. I'm in my 50s now, so I am probably not going to get arrested for this, but I still don't know how it's never caught up with me. In the early 80s, ATMs had features called Deposit with Cashback. It was a check cashing feature, but for some reason it ran on the honor system. Of course, this feature went away eventually, but I figured out that if I just got an empty envelope into the ATM and I didn't seal it, I could claim that the bank lost it. So the ATM would cash the check, then a week later if the bank was like, that envelope was empty, for whatever reason, Bay Bank would let me get away with that. I'm assuming Bay Bank's a bank from whenever the fuck the 80s. Shit, onk. That summer, my family stayed in a cottage in Hyannis for 2 weeks. During that time, I opened savings account at 5 different banks, using the rented house address. They mailed me ATM cards within a few days. I deposited with cash back on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and early Monday. Back then, the limit was 400, and they were going to check the ATMs by Monday, so the scam would be over. I scored $10,1984. I'm just gonna pause right there. If he's staying in a rented house for like a month or some shit, he doesn't need to steal these fucking checks. No one ever came to looking for it. I was never questioned or arrested. I didn't understand why or how. The only thing that happened was the FDIC had me on a list for people who banks shouldn't do business with. Okay, I didn't even find out until I was 21, 5 years after the crime. I was in college and tried to open a bank account, and the bank wouldn't let me in. For a matter of fact, no bank would let me in. However, 40 years later, I have a bank account, and nothing ever happened. It's the only time in my life I finally had good luck. Well, though, of course, I blew the money I won back in 1984, or whatever the fuck this dude said he would, whatever. And back then, it was enough to put down on a house the money I won. But I spent it on girls, weed, and beer. But it was fun, but I wish I was smarter. Now, for this, I'll be honest, this dude's kind of fucking balling. I don't know what the fuck to say about this one. This dude just fucking robbed a bank. This shit was easier to get away with in 1984, I swear to God. I know everyone says, like, oh, the times were different. Bro, the times were fucking different. You could rob a bank and no one would give a fuck. I think if I accidentally deposited a fucking check, and, okay, if I accidentally deposited a check that was blank and claimed it was, like, mishandled because I didn't realize there was nothing in it, I think I'd fucking get killed. I think the bank would fucking kill me. I think I'd go on national news. Local kid tried to rob fucking bank with a new TikTok scheme or some bullshit. They're gonna claim it's a TikTok fucking trend. Just some bullshit. I really think that's the times have actually changed so much. I know every unk says that shit. That ass like actually fucking act. Yeah, that one's just fucking stupid. That was like ridiculous if that even happened. This person wrote, "I get turned off from a man when I know he is rich." Okay, so it starts, "I know it's childish and weird, but whenever I meet a guy I like kind of vibe with, the moment I find out he's rich, I feel immediately turned off. I don't know what is actually triggering this. When a guy is self-made rich, though I'm not thrilled about it, I can handle it. But if he's like old money rich, I really automatically don't like him. Romantically. And someone you always end up attracting what you don't like. And I sense a pattern of me being turned off after I found out they're rich. I myself have not grown up struggling, not rich, not poor, but middle class. Maybe a little bit below middle class, but you get the point. We had months that things were tight, but never we went hungry, if you could say. But there's just something incredibly sexy and admiring to me when a man has struggled in his life and worked so hard and still does. Even if he doesn't live a luxurious life, even if he, like, picks up trash, it's so adorable and cute to me. A hard-working, dedicated man being out there providing for his family. And yes, I know a rich man can also be hard-working and dedicated. I know it's not fair, and I know I'm weird. I don't understand myself either, and I'm never admitting this to any of my friends. Honestly, what I think she's trying to say is that she doesn't want a bitch who's, like a little fucking... I think she's saying she don't like a white boy with some fucking swag. Or like a privileged boy with some fucking swag. Like she didn't want somebody who's sitting on daddy's money. Not just a white boy. Anyone that's fucking privileged and has some fucking swag. Saying, listen. Ooh, this is getting rough. Listen. I'm saying everyone can be privileged, but there are predominantly white people that are privileged in America. Clarify that one before I just assume that only white people are. Alright, let's clear that one out the way. Holy shit. Almost bad. Anyway, white people. No. I really think that, I'm not really sure what I think. What do I think? I don't think a lot. No, I think that, I get where she's coming from. Like, she's saying that, he wants a guy that didn't have anything handed to him. Like, he has a drive, and he has a reason for why he works, which honestly makes sense. That she wants someone who can, like, self-motivate themselves. They're driven. And she probably didn't find that with the people where they just were handed everything. And honestly, I kind of respect that. That's actually kind of real as fuck. That ain't even a bad take. Wrong. She's kind of onto something, but look, she's just wording it differently. You could have at least tackled this in a better way, I feel like. Yeah, I'm basically a therapist, and I just told her what she needs to think. Because I'm just awesome and super chill and cool, and I know everything. Actually, you know what? I know everything because it's my fucking channel. You know what? Guess what? I know everything, and I'll stop talking about this one right now, because I own this. Oh, look. Watch this. Look.